はい。入りました。Namaste, good morning, Ohayou gozaimasu, Prabhat. Welcome again in this International Day of Yoga, Yoga Mahotsav program, 75 classes. Today, class number 51. We have completed 50 classes. Yesterday, 50のクラスを無事に成功しました。We completed, 完了しました。Today is 51, class number 51, 51回目のクラス。あと残り25クラス、plus one interactive session with Rita Sensei が残っています。So today class number 51 is going to be led by Shailesh Sensei. Shailesh Sensei is yoga practitioner and he is working in in Japanese school, in international school actually. Not Japanese, not Indian, but international school in Japan. 日本で、international 学校で he is teaching there as a mathematics teacher. 数学の先生として働いています。And ヨギです。Yoga practitioner. Most of the time he was Kesari Obi, Kesari Belt Yogi, and I believe still he is keeping Kesari Belt Yogi in his daily lifestyle. So today's topic is about acupressure. That is number one. We have planned acupressure in our interactive session, but Shailesh Sensei will teach about how he is using acupressure for his own benefits and also how yoga can be used to cure disease. 今までヨガをやると健康的になります。体フレキシブルになります。ストレッチになります。そういう運動的なイメージがあると思いますけど、but ヨガをやることでどうやって病気が治る、それについてシャイレッシュ先生は自分の経験を話します。これは絶対こうなると言ってないですけど、but 自分の体によって人によってそれぞれ違うんですけど、シャイレッシュ先生にとってはどういうふうに役に立ったかをそういう話を聞きましょう。So this will be more of the workshop and lecture, and it will be in English. And なるべく日本語のスライドもありますけど、but if you have any questions, you can ask in Japanese also. So without wasting any more time, Shailesh Sensei, please よろしくお願いします。
Hi, thank you so much. So you will be helping me translate, right?
Yes, not fully translation, but basic translation whenever needed. So you can do English presentation. You can go through that, and whenever needed, I will do it. In question answer especially.
So I can start presenting.
Yes.
Okay. So namaste everyone. My name, as Ashutosh ji told, is Shailesh Pillai. I'm a mathematics teacher, teaching IGCSE and A level, AS level mathematics and statistics for UI International School of Tokyo since last 5 years. 1 year before, I was in another school in Kawasaki. And I'm also a life skills trainer and emotion mastery and relationship mastery coach. Yoga, acupressure, autophagy, cycling, table tennis. These are some of my things that keep me alive here. Today's topic is acupressure or marma points. So this is a very interesting topic because a lot of things started in Sanskrit, in Sanatan Dharma, and then later on, different countries with Buddhism, it went into Thai, in China, in various other places. So we'll even be talking about that aspect. And in general, I'll be talking about some marma points and how exactly can you even detect, even sujok therapy, I'll be talking a little. So how can you actually find out what, with your hand as your body? We'll be talking about that. And I have some experience about curing diseases. Like I had some lot of experiences starting with me, my son, my dad, my mother, and even my wife. So everybody in my family had some experiences with disease curing, so I will be sharing that. Uh, and this is what it is. So basically, I'm a acupressure and yoga enthusiast. Like I've been doing it since when I was in school in grade 8th, and since then I've been doing it. But I would like to take it further. With Patanjali Yoga Japan as far as possible. And Ashutosh ji, thank you so much for helping me at every stage. Okay. So, what is acupressure? Acupressure is a natural science, philosophy, and a rational method of therapy-based and inbuilt mechanism provided in the human body by nature. So, like our body has all kind of immune system. We just need to channelize it. So, because different lectures have happened, we understand that we are all made of energy. So it is a flow of energy that when get disrupted, once we use certain pressure. Acu means finger, like pointed pressure, and pressure is to apply it. So when we accurately apply pressure, that is acupressure actually. And that word actually in Sanskrit is called as marma. Okay, in Tamil it is called as varma, and in Malayalam it is called as marmam. So there is little diversions of it. So for centuries, practitioners have been mapping the human body and linking various limbs, organs, immune systems, and even emotions to energy-specific points. So in Chinese medicines, we know it as acupuncture or acupressure points. In Ayurveda or yogic healing as marma points. I have written in Japanese also, so it might be a little easy for pure Japanese to understand it. So as I told you, two parts, acu and pressure. Acu means needle or a pointed application, and pressure is to press by thumb, finger, or any certain objects in specific. Okay. Acupressure refers to the therapy wherein the pressure is applied in different location and therapeutic value in human body to heal diseases. Basics of acupressure. Acupressure seeks to cure diseases by restoring the imbalance of energy flow in the human body. So, whenever there's an imbalance, there is you can imagine like a pipe, when the flow is the normal, it's okay. But if there is a choke up, what we do is by applying pressure, we let the imbalance or the choke up go. So that is basically what we are doing. So as for the basic principle of therapy, energy is constantly flowing in human body and along defined pathways known as meridians. Meridian is actually come from the Western word. It is actually called nadi. In our Sanskrit terminology, it is called nadi, but that is how it is. A number of points called acupoints are located along these meridians and control the flow of energy on these pathways. So you can think it like a channel of energy, pipeline with different branches. Okay, wherever there is, at every nodules, every joint, there would be points, and we can apply pressure with our own hand, and then we can let it flow also. So stimulation of this acupressure points with pressure using specific techniques corrects the energy imbalance along the meridian and get the disease be cured. So a little history as to how it started. So Marma Shastra, that is how it started. It was presented first in Ayurvedic terminology wherever applicable, because definitely it's older. Like Sushrut and all, we know that he's called the father of medicine actually, in actual sense. Fundamental bioenergy theory, Vedic cosmology is presented in Sanskrit terminology, and then comparatively translated in later TCM, which is called as traditional Chinese medicine, which preserves the teaching and fills its gap through its consistently documented clinical development. Obviously, in India, a lot of documents have been burnt when things happened. A lot of attacks have happened, colonization has happened. So a lot of our documents have been misplaced. But the knowledge, whoever learned from us and went across, like Chinese Buddhism, when Buddhism spread across, that knowledge went across, and they initiated it in a different term, like that is called traditional Chinese medicine. Marma Shastra is linked with similar comparison to Taoist cosmology from Daozan, Divine Resource of Taoist Calculation by Hamilton 2005. There is a book on this, so you can even go through that. Thai medicine or Thai massage, which is very famous. The spread of development of Ayurveda in Southeast Asia via expansion of Theravada Buddhism. So this is that particular branch of Buddhism which took this particular concept and the Thai massage and all started. So this would be seen in Marma Shastra by Michael Hamilton. It is available for free at this site www.lotusspace.com. So anybody who is interested, I would be actually taking a lot of encrypts from there and actually sharing it a little. TCM for meridian. In Sanskrit it is called Nadi. In Thai it is called Sensib. So these are some details. There are 107 main Marma points. Okay, translating into correlation. We'll be talking about it as we go forward. According to Ayurveda text, there are 107 primary vital points, Marma, which translate into 51 various Marma region. There are regions also. So it is not necessary that we only point one area, one exact point only. It can be in that region also. Okay. So pressure and clockwise and anti-clockwise rotation, that is how we would be doing it also. Variants occur because some marmas are either anatomically bilateral or contained within others. So it is a mix, it may not be just specifically one point. However, for noting it, we will be talking about a certain point. Many Ayurveda teachers, including Sushruta, recognize extra vital points. So there are more than 107. So as you see here in classic Ayurveda acupuncture, there are traditionally 108 major. Okay, so 107 points are there plus one skin. Okay, because everything is connected through skin. So that is how it is 108. And 160 and 120 are minor marma. Some marma are considered lethal. Okay, so that is very interesting in the origin of karate, which is Kalaripait, which starts from my native Kerala. This marma therapy is actually taught because they know where to hit for what reason. You can actually kill someone if you hit in certain 19 marma points. If you hit, the person will die immediately. There are certain areas which you hit, you will die slowly, gradually. There are certain points which will cause disability. So we'll be talking at certain areas which will only cause pain. Nothing other than that happens. So certain areas where only if it is pierced, you will die. So, so our ancient people knew so much about it. So we'll be discussing a little on these points. So these are some points basically that you can see in the frontal part. We have 11 marmas in muscles. Okay, so this is according to the anatomical influence. So you can see there are 11 type of muscle marmas. Then vessels are there, arteries and veins, which are called sira, 41 of them. Ligaments and tendons, 27 of them. Bone asti, 8. Sandhi, that is joints, 20. And nerves, that is 9. We'll be going a little detail on this. So as you can see, this is the frontal part and the back side. And the distribution is shown here. So immediate death causing, that is called Sadhya Pranahara, immediate. Okay, so there are 19 of them. So you can see starting from Adipati at the top, right? And then we have here, which is called Shankha. Then we have Shringatka, that is located here, this area. Okay, Siramatika. Now this is like, we say don't hit a child at the back, right? We say that always. Don't hit the child at the back, at the head. That is Siramatika. Actually, that is a fatal point. So if you remember that, our parents say that don't hit. As a teacher, I was always told never hit anyone. In case you have to hit also, never hit anyone here at the back, medulla oblongata, as it is placed there. And Siramatika, there are 4 points which are very delicate otherwise. Okay. Then there is Hridayam, that is, where our sternum bone is. Nabhi, our, this Nabhi point. then Vasti. So these are, and then Guda, that is the anus point. So these are actually certain areas which are very critical. You should never hit anyone at those points unless you want to kill them. Long term that is called Kalantra Pranahara. So Kalantara means in long duration, Prana means prana energy, Hara is to take away. So long term death causing. So there are 33 more points, so which is indicated in green. Okay, there are many points here. I'll be not going through all of them. Fatal if pierced, so that is Sthapani Ukshepa. So these are certain points. Even at the leg level, you can see certain areas are there. Okay. Then disability causing. So that is majority. So that is why whenever maximum accidents happen,
Shailesh, sorry to interrupt.
yeah.
I think ちょっとここは結構大事だなと思ってちょっと通訳しようかなと思ってました。Sorry, I thought this is quite interesting and very important. I wanted to translate here.
Oh, please.
So basically 皆さんここは何を言いたいかというと、さっきシャレイ先生も言った通りですけど、カラリパイトとかマーシャルアーツですね、武道の、空手とか柔道とかそういうのはインドの、マーシャルアーツ、カラリパイトから来てます。And カラリパイトでこのアキュプレッシャーポイント、マルモポイントをちゃんと教えてたんですよ。体でいろんなポイントがあって、そこに押したら、すぐ死ぬこともあります。すぐ死ぬこともあるし、押したら、ゆっくり死ぬこともあり得る。で押したら、痛くなるだけもあり得る。そういう、it's 5 different categories カテゴリーに分かれている。さっき説明していただいたのは一番上のimmediate death ですね。すぐ死にますと。よくコンフーとかの映画でよく見られていると思いますけど、それと同じことですけど、で2番目は long term ですね。押したら、すぐ死なないですけど、ゆっくり死ぬとか。3つ目は、穴で、死ぬとか。同じ感じで、disability causing、体を動かなくなるとか。そういういくつかポイントがありますけど、赤いポイントがすぐ死ぬポイントと、グリーン、緑のポイントがすぐ死なないですけど、ゆっくり死ぬとか、青いポイントが、ピアスですね、穴を開ける、ポイントと、あと、ディセビリティ、ブラウン、茶色のが、体を動かなくなる。5番目の、オレンジ色がペインコージングですね。痛くなるだけ。そういうのを分かれています。これスクリーンショット撮っておいた方がいいと思いますけど、特に赤い部分がインドでよく言われているのは、ここはインドは学生とかに普通に叩いても大丈夫な文化ですけど、今はちょっと違っていますけど、そうここは叩いちゃダメとかよく言われてます、インドで。それはさっきシャレ先生説明しました。はい。シャレ先生お願いします。
Thank you. So whenever you feel like, please intervene, okay?
Yes.
So basically under this umbrella of Ayurvedic treatments falls Marma therapy called as Marmani Chikitsa. So which involves stimulation of sensitive points to promote healing. So it is not only in karate or kalaripait, but basically these points are helpful in mental, physical, energetic planes of affecting the flow of prana. So that is what we actually would be working on. Marma points can also be found in over bodies from the hand to feet to the trunk and head when manipulated via massage. So it is not only acupressure, massage, pranic healing, oil, herb application. There are many color therapy. So we'll be talking a few: heat, pressure, magnetic therapy. All that actually can happen on all these points. So these points are very critical. Okay, so alter both organic function and structural conditions of the body. there is a book by Professor K.R. Kirkanatha Murthy. So there he speaks a lot about what are the points and what exactly are the. So I got an article and I gave a little brief on that. So Sadhya Pranahara, but because I have already explained, I will not go more deep into it. But just something with Sadhya Pranahara points. This is a fire element, so it has qualities of fire. Okay, Sadhya Pranahara, that is the immediate killing or the the most dangerous areas, which is actually the most important area to treat also. Okay, but they can cause immediate death if injured there. Okay, so that includes five kind of tissues: mamsa, sira, snayu, asti, and sandhi, which we had already discussed. uh, so it is your muscles, your vessels, and your asti is your bone structure, and sandhi are your joints. So these are five type of tissues called your marma. As we go further, kalantra is actually having qualities of both water and fire. Okay, so this is one thing where it will slowly gradually lead you to death, so causing after some time kalantra. Okay, then visalya pranahara, fatal if pierced. If only it is pierced, made a hole, then it would cause death, and it is all on the facial region actually. Visalya pranahara, and then vaikalya, so that is disability causing. Okay, so basically this possesses qualities of moon and water. Okay, so that is really interesting how it is connected with moon and water. So yeah, then pain causing. So if you remember, like whenever our parents used to hit us, or we used to, so it's only for pain causing, it is not for any other reason. So if you see those points, you would actually understand that these are the points which is okay, it's just causing pain, that's all, nothing else. Okay, now we'll go a little further, a little advanced version of acupressure. Acupressure is spread throughout the body. You have to hit, press those part of the body. But what if we don't want to touch delicate parts of the body, right? So then we can actually have a remote in our hand. If this is the whole machine, the remote is in our hand. You don't have to actually go to the AC to switch on, right? You have a AC remote, you press it, and AC would work. Same thing, we have the whole structure in our hand. So if you see, these are our 2 feet. The outside two is our hand, two hands, and the lower part is the abdomen, the thoracic area, and the head area. The back side would be our spinal cord, and so on. So this was actually, this connection was discovered, I would say, in 1987, specifically established actually. So this word sujog is actually a Korean word. Su means hands and jok means feet. Okay, so sujok means treating on hands and feet only. Acupressure is throughout the body, including hands. Hands, because see, these are nerve endings. So that way it would actually immediately send responses. That is basically, and the structure is made as such that you could actually, like anybody having heart problem, for example, once you put your middle finger, like if you put it like this, where it touches, this point is where your heart is, just below where it touches. So for heart, that is where you need to press. So we'll be going a little on that. Do you want to talk about this, Ashutosh Sensei? Sujok? We can proceed, right? Okay. So the backside, the yan and yin. So this is the backside of the head, where the nail is, and the front part is our yin, where our face is. Okay. So just the resemblance is shown here. So in Chinese, they have L1, 11, TW5. So there are numbers. They have given numbers throughout the body, which in comparison, if you see, I have tried my best to be able to get to the closest point. So this is Urvi, which is this point, Manibandha. See, I had been doing acupressure since I was in grade 8th. I used to go in consultation from my school to treat. So I didn't know all the points, but I know the main points. So whenever you have a hand ache, I know where to press. When you have a shoulder pain or body ache, I know where to press. So certain areas which I'll be telling you as we go forward, which I knew as a child, and backache and all these points are very critical. There are main points actually. These are called Nithamba, Kritika, Taruna, and Kukundara. So we'll be checking on this. Okay, especially leg pain and all. I'll be talking about it a little in details as we go further. So same thing, you can see how it is comparable, right? Two knees, okay, that is our leg, two hands, and the whole abdominal structure and the thoracic area, okay, and the head. The backside would be your spinal cord area, and the kidney and all would be at the backside. Okay. So same thing with the leg also. You can actually do it with the leg part also. Same thing, two legs, two hand, your head, your thoracic area, and your abdomen. So as you see, the details are there here. You can actually check. We can actually even see how this kind of treatment can be done also. So there are detailed bifurcation. You exactly can check. So if I see my thumb here, this area is a thoracic area. Now this area, see, this is my head, the backside of my head. This is my neck area. So neck pain, you would be pressing here, right? This is area where for the neck area, right? So people with strained computer working scenarios, they have neck pain, right? So you can even so suppose in your meeting and you're having neck ache, so it is difficult to do this in a meeting. So what you can do is, you can just press your finger, nobody sees it, and you would get immediate relief. Okay. And this area is your spinal cord, so the backside of your spinal cord, the from 1 to 8 is here. Okay, the rest from 9 to below is actually the center of your palm. Okay, if you keep it like this. Okay, so starting from here, that would be ninth point to the anus point, right? So these are the two legs and the two hands. So that is how actually you can do it. So you can do it in either hand or leg, it does not really matter, so it's still the same. Going forward, see our thumb itself. Okay, so this is the brain. So anybody having headache, you can press here gradually, right? So this area would immediately. But see, one more important thing is, like any therapy, if you need to believe, then it starts working. So once you do it with belief and understanding, you could see that it's actually happening. Okay. I'll be also telling one more thing which I tried during my childhood, and it really worked for me because I knew these points from my childhood. So we'll be talking about that aspect also. See, even if when you're in meditation and suppose you're having headache or something, you can even think about that area. And I used to think about an eraser, and that pain, I locate the pain and I used to erase it. And by that, I could cure my headache. So even now I do that. If I have headache and all, I just meditate for a few minutes. I think about the pain and I erase it, and the pain is gone. So you don't have to actually even physically do it, subconsciously or involuntarily also you can probably do that too. So that is a little interesting that I would want to add on from this. So every organ, you can see how it is placed: pancreatic, uh, liver, gallbladder, so everything. One more interesting thing is, can everyone just press now and check? You can just press normally and check which region is paining unnaturally. Okay, somewhere at certain point you will get extra pain. Like I had injured my left shoulder when I went to India last time. I was doing some exercise, but the rod was big, so my body hung suddenly and I got a little injury. Now if I press here, so this is my face, right? This is my face. Now when I press here, I get a little pain, extra pain. This side it's no pain, but this side I can feel the pain. So that pain also indicates that there is some problem. So if you press here, okay, my heart is okay, my gallbladder is okay, liver is okay. So you can check and see if there's an unusual pain. Just keep a check. Maybe it is because of an energy imbalance. So that is one way you can probably also check as to how it is. And especially kidney, my dad passed away because of kidney failure, and I'll be talking a little on that also. So water retention happens, especially when you're in teaching profession and all. You randomly don't drink enough water, so or you eat a lot of salt, then water retention happens in kidney. So then where is that point? At the back, this is our two legs. Okay, these are our two legs, and this is our spinal cord, our back spinal cord. Okay, so just above that you can see two holes, right? You can see two holes here, like two bend area. Now these are our kidney points. This is our kidney point. Okay, so it is a good thing that when you have long working hours, like a teacher, you have to stand and teach for a long time. You're in the lab. Then what happens is you don't get time to go to the washroom at times. So in that case, or you don't even drink water. So in all these cases, kidney is an organ which gets affected the most. Okay, and if you have more salt intake, or if you have alcohol and all, then we don't have to tell. Liver and all are generally in problem. If it is liver, then you can actually check here. Okay. Uh, so I was talking, like I have a shoulder pain. So immediately the shoulder pain can be located here, right? We can locate here, we can locate here. So basically these are all points, okay, where you can actually press. Now the whole thing can be summarized. Micromanagement is also there. Okay, the whole body can be summarized in one finger also. So same way, like you can press, but it is better if you actually follow one method. Ideally, it is better to actually press in that particular area, so immediately it happens. But because these are nerve ending, so you can actually locate that location and press there. That would help it further. But even in finger, you can actually do that. Okay, so as I told you, you're in a meeting, for a long meeting that is going on, and you cannot get up or press your back or head or kidney area and all. So it's difficult. So you can do it here. You can just you're pressing your finger, that's all, and you will get relief. If you're having headache, you just press your thumb, right, the top part of the thumb for headache. Atamaitai kara, you just press here. So that way it would help. Okay, there are different therapies also which are connected in this. So there is one color therapy. So certain colors have certain speciality. So I would be just showing which colors has what, so you can see that. Then magnet therapy. This a lot of people might be knowing magnetotherapy, because whenever after any operation, when we do physiotherapy, they include magnetotherapy, stuff like that. So for strengthening our muscles, so magnetotherapy. Rings is basically, it's nothing, just basically a ring which you can slide down, which has all points. So that will help you to rub it, because when you're pressing like this, your finger is soft, so you don't get the point. So with those points, you can actually, and then needle is acupuncture, and then twist. So there are certain twists that can be done. I'm sure we do this. We all been doing this. So certain areas when we are doing this, uh, it is actually not important that it breaks, but what is important is you're pressing. So that is important. So when we do this and all, we are actually energizing our body. So basically it's a simple activity that we can do. Even clapping, when during prayers and all, in India we used to clap a lot. So actually we are energizing ourselves in that way. Okay, so that is the part of acupressure. There is one very interesting thing which I am sure I didn't know a lot about this. It is called seed therapy. Now this is very interesting. uh, these are certain gadgets which I am sure you would have seen it in the market, which helps. Is a pointed things, you stand on it. There are even shoes available, acupressure shoes available and all. So that is interesting. Two important thing that I want to talk is color therapy and seed therapy. Now, what is the shape of the kidney bean? It's the shape of a kidney, right? So what they do is you actually place it at the back of your back of your this thing. See, for example, as I've shown here, the kidney beans are placed where the kidneys are, and what you put is you put a tape on it and let it remain there for like say around 3 to 4 hours or so. Okay, and gently press that area whenever. So it is actually pressing the kidney point in the shape of kidney, right? So walnut is a shape of the brain. If you see kurumi, walnut is the shape of our brain. So kurumi seeds are used for treating any problem with head. Okay, so this is very interesting, and I yeah, that is what I have kind of put here. There are many things like apple seeds for heart ailments. Okay, then cumin seeds are for constipation and so on. Grape seeds for trouble in lungs. Walnut seeds for cerebral diseases. That's what I said. Okay, and so on. So it is quite an interesting thing. Even color therapy, red energy, love. Follow that. So different colors are available. You can put different colors. So generally, what I've been doing is we have green color. So it is for soothing. That is what we want. We are tired and then we want to soothe ourselves for a balance, for resting and all. So we use green a lot. I have in my onsen also I have a green color powder. So I think that is very common. Okay, as we go further, I would now talk about, yes, we have around half an hour. I'll be talking about how yoga, Ashutosh Sensei, do we need to talk about any doubts or at least with acupressure now, or should we continue and then at the end we'll do?
Okay. Sorry. はい、皆さん、ここでアキュプレッシャーについて話はこれで終わりますけど、ここで何か質問したい方があれば、今質問してもいいし、それとも、次は用具でどうやって病気治りますとか、その話はしてからやってもいいですけど、質問今ある方いますか？それともそのまま続けていいですか？
I have a question. How difference right, left? アシュトシ先生、ちょっとトランスレートもお願いします。
Yes, please, please. 左と右はどう違うという話ですね。
Yes.
Okay. So here the question is, Shailesh Sensei. Actually, I also have similar question. What is the difference between left and right? So left foot and right foot, same point is going to be connected with same organ, or is it different?
Okay. First of all, let me tell you about acupressure. Okay, then I'll come to Sujok. Okay, when we are doing acupressure, please understand our left side of the brain is connected to the right side of the body. Okay, so
Yes.
Suppose our pain is on this side, how do I used to do is we used to press that point, okay, in this part. Suppose it is the pain here. I press it here, okay, gently for around 20 seconds. Then I rotate. Then the person will not feel the pain there. Then I ask the person, where is the pain going? So they will concentrate and say the pain went here, went a little up. So I press there and do it. Later on, you will slowly find it moves to this part of the body, to the brain. Sorry, it goes from this side. The pain goes this side. You'll actually see it happening. When actually I could show it practically also, because since grade 8 I've been doing it and I've been consulting different schools, going and doing it. So I could actually experience it also. So anyone who is having pain, you can actually press that area, rotate it, and then you will see that after certain 20 seconds you will not feel the pain there, because you have already let the energy flow from there, but it will get choked up somewhere else. So then that area you need to press 20 seconds, 30 seconds. So press it At that point, you should only apply pressure as much as you can press on the eye. You should not press too much also, because I have too much pain, I'll press too much, it won't work. So it is basically, as much as pressure you can apply on your eyes. That is one thing, and then it will go on the right hand side. But when it comes to the hand, it does not really matter. Okay, so this is your head. Okay, so if this is your face, then this is your right feet, right? And this is your right hand, and this is your right feet. This is two are your right hands, and these two are your right and left legs, right? And same way, if this is my face, then and I'm facing you, so this is my right hand, my left hand, my right leg, and my right left leg, right? So basically on that, so it does not really matter. Okay, when you're doing in sujok, it does not really matter. It actually remains as it is. You From there you can actually reach out. Just what you have to remember is, this is your face. Now you have to see, if I am standing like this would be my two limbs, to my legs and my two hands, right? That is how exactly you can do. It does not really matter. So that is the point. What if the person doesn't have one hand? If he has only one hand, can we not do? So yes, that's what, with whatever is available, even if one finger is available, you can still do the whole thing. So that is what I showed you here about micro thing also. See, with one finger also you can do the complete therapy. So everything is connected. That's what. I hope I have answered you.
So basically, Hidari, Vigi, left and right doesn't matter. Even if we press from left side, it will benefit that particular part.
Yes. With the hand, you're talking about hand. Yeah.
Hand, okay.
Hand or leg, it does not really matter, because it is a complete body. Both hands are same body, so it sends messages to the brain for treating that particular area.
Okay. So Higuchi-san, wakarimashita ka?
I also understand that part is whole body meaning, and point body parts meaning, both inside both meaning.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
はい、ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。
はい、他もし質問あったら今聞いてもいいです。後で聞いてもいいです。So we are going forward now.
Yes, okay.
はい、お願いします。
So this is a very important part of my life. I tried to go out of yoga many a times, and kind of yoga called me again and again and made me aware that, come on, yoga is going to help you long term. So I'll tell you some experiences of mine, how yoga is helpful in curing diseases, and my personal experiences. In my childhood, I was an asthmatic patient. I had asthma. I used to sit with a medical certificate. I cannot do PE, I cannot do LASIM, I cannot do physical activities because I had asthma. So later on, in our school, yoga started in grade 8th. I still have a notebook, probably it is in my home in India, where I have drawn different asanas and all. We used to start with Gita prayer and all, and used to go ahead. So I have all drawings drawn about each asanas and all, and acupressure been taught during those days. So that is when I started, and after that year, my asthma has vanished. So I am myself up, and now I don't have any problem. Earlier, getting wet in rain and all in my childhood was not allowed. Now I am always an outdoor person. I cycle, I just get wet, no problem. There is no issues. So one major experience, this is actually my school's photo of yoga sessions. So our school, during my I just searched online and I saw my school. It's a convent school, but they do yoga training and all. And luckily, I was introduced to yoga then. Second very important thing was when I was graduating. Okay, my father was an electronic professor. Currently, he is no more. He passed away in 2010. And this actual photo of my father, his photo had come in a Marathi magazine when he's doing electronics, he's teaching electronics. But because he was in the lab, he used to talk a lot. So his left vocal cord got paralysis. Once he came home, and his no voice is coming, so he took a VRS and he was at home. And we went to a allopathy doctor. We had inserted camera through his throat, and we went to Malad, I remember, and we checked, and we understood that left vocal cord is not working. All that we did, but the cure was not happening. Medicines and all were there, but it didn't work. Ramdev Baba, Patanjali's Ramdev Baba's yoga camp actually helped him, and in a year's time he was able to speak again. So and I think he had been doing Ujjayi and pranayama. These are two things. And Sarvangasana was told, but because of his age, he couldn't do Sarvangasana. But I became very proficient with Sarvangasana. Even now, I can do Sarvangasana and Halasana. Luckily, okay. This article also you see here. I have highlighted it here. Kapalbhati Ujjayi pranayam for treating vocal cords. So my dad was an example. So I totally understand what it means. So very helpful. Next, yoga is a lifestyle. Okay, my father, in his whole childhood, he was very proud that he never had to go to hospital. And he used to say, "I never get sick." And always, my mother used to have headaches in my childhood. And what she used to do is she used to just tie, a towel on her head. But actually, these our main marmas get pressure, and probably that was the reason of that getting healed. She used to never take medicines and all, because she only eats her own cooked food. Even when she came to Japan, she didn't eat anything because she's a pure vegetarian. So and she used to fast a lot. I and my father, we both were we have studied in convent, so we used to be against why she's fasting. She used to say that she should not fast. Sorry, I got disconnected, I suppose. I don't know. Okay, I'm sharing. Can everyone see? Okay. So then, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened, but internet is just acting a little funny today.
I will share. I will share.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. That is okay. I don't know. It just some problem. Okay. So even yesterday, I finished 42 hours Nirjala Ekadashi. No water, no food. So I am able to control to that extent. So, and I feel I am more fit. So when I do Ekadashi fast and all, now I'm more active. Okay. And I play table tennis, I cycle, I do yoga. So that way. Another thing, I had my son's session also about yoga and eye health. So my son was born with a small disease called strabismus. Basically, it's called Sashi. I remember one of you all actually sharing that actually. Sashi. So basically, your eye squint in the childhood. Actually, what happens is there is your cornea. One cornea is small. Okay, so there are two images that go to the brain. So brain tries to ignore one eye. So only one eye remains active. That is the thing. So there is a patching therapy called as occlusion therapy. Okay, so the best therapy is this. So your active eye you close, you patch, and you try to see from your uh, so-called bad eye, and thereby strengthening. So if you see, a natural therapy is used there also. In allopathy also it is used, and that is the best therapy. My son had started when he was small, and the biggest fear is the small child would remove the patch. So luckily we could explain him, and he was matured enough to understand. And I think yoga and all actually helped to gain that kind of maturity at that earlier age. So he used to do skating and karate and all. So we told him how would you do, and all that, and then he understood and he wanted to stand by it. So uh, yeah, so yoga helped him in his pain, irritation in right eye. Certain eye yogas we had told, he didn't know the names of it at that time. Later on, he got to know what it is and all, Tadasan, or some basic Prarthika and all that that he did. Okay, yoga and slip disc. Recently my wife in 2016, when I was in Japan, she had, because she has a sitting job, and she was washing her hair and she got a slip disc. But and she was allowed not she was told very clearly, she's a little obese also, so it was asked that she cannot do any hard exercises. But luckily, because of yoga, like her friend is there in Dubai who is a yoga teacher, so specialized yoga only for back is been recommended for her, and she does it daily. Now the most consistent uh, you know uh, yogi in my home is my wife, because she has no option, she has to do it to keep her back lubricated and all. And since then we enjoy a lot, no problem. Every year we have, she's quite active. But yeah, so even when you have certain stage like that, you can still keep up. Yoga for flexibility, endurance, focus breathing. Now focus breathing, I never had thought about it as much, but when you're running too much, there is a rhythm in your breathe. So there you have to let that flow happen properly, consistently. So if my son, with that disability, had gone to get a Guinness Book of World Record, he has represented India at a national level, winning a second prize. You can see this particular first national open Ikada championship. It is a national competition where he had got second rank. There is a two world records that he hold, one in karate and one in skating. This is a Guinness Book record. And second black belt second dan. So, and he has acquired so many medals. So according to me, if there is any problem, that is only helping you with other areas, and you become more humble in the whole process. Fortunately, I could have that awakening in my son, and thereby we are able to conclude this session. I am thankful. Do you want to talk about this part a little, Ashutosh san?
Okay.
You want to translate, Ashutosh san?
No, okay. I think everyone understands because it's written very clearly in Japanese. So
Yes.
that you.
Yeah, and I put a lot of pictures also, so I hope
Yes,
it
yes.
is a lot clearer. Okay, any questions anybody has? Because I have concluded my session. Like I have completed with my thing. If anybody would like to speak something, ask something, we can share.
ありがとうございます。Thank you, Shailesh Sensei. So, これで、話は終わります。Now, if you have any questions, 質問とか、英語わからなかったとか、多分もう皆さん分かってるかなと思ってます。信じてます。Because ほとんどのスライドが英語、日本語にもありますので大丈夫と思ってますけど、 なんか質問とかもしあればぜひ聞いてください。ご遠慮なく聞いてください。あれ、2人来たい。BB さんとガネーシュ先生。BB さん、OK、お願いします、BB さん。
Arigato. Thank you very much for your talk today. It was very interesting.
Thank you.
I wonder, your photo shows your school, everyone is doing yoga.
Yeah.
So is that only your particular school, or is it very normal for schools over
yeah.
there for people to do yoga together in the morning?
Yes, in India, I believe earlier, earlier education system was concentrating too much on British pattern. We did not have yoga. We had rather PE, as we call it to be, or PT, physical training or physical exercises. Later on, slowly, there is an awakening. India, when the whole world is understanding, I believe Indian education system has also adapted. And as I told you, like till my grade 8 in my school, it was not there because it was a convent school. But when I was in grade 8, it started, and I was the first beneficiary. I got helped, and I didn't even realize that what did change. The only thing that changed is instead of craft, they introduced yoga, and that helped me a lot. And I didn't eat any medicine, nothing, and I could be free of asthma because allopathy couldn't cure me. And so, yeah, I think now it is getting very regularized in every school in India.
Thank you very much. Interesting.
I want to add here very interesting thing. It's quite interesting for me and a little bit painful also. In my school is very special that we had yoga as a sports. And I have done yoga from my Shogakse first class to 10th class. 10 years I have done yoga, and we had many competitions, zonal level competition, then state level, national level competition. It's very good school, DAV public school, Dayanand Anglo-Vedic. And because of that routine and everything, I came to Japan, and we could establish this organization and promoting yoga and connected to Patanjali Bharat, and okay, let's do this in Japan. And now painful point is my school stopped yoga.
Oh,
It's so painful for me, and I will go to my school now, ask them to start yoga again. Why you have stopped yoga as a subject?
yeah,
So
you
this
can
is
do
quite
online.
painful one for me.
You can do online yoga for the whole school.
I mean, I don't know. They had a proper as a sports we had, but it was stopped because maybe a lot of Western influence. I should say.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
what one of my teacher told me.
Yes.
Last year. So now you inspired me again
Yes, sir.
after showing your school photo. So I'll share with them and ask them to start yoga again.
Even in Japan, like when there was a survey done in my current school also, whether they want to take yoga, or students think yoga as only exercise. That is the unfortunate thing, that knowledge is still not there. They are still not awakening as to understand yoga is beyond that. It is a lifestyle. You get a good lifestyle which you can take all your life. So that understanding is still a little missing in youth, I believe.
Right.
So they preferred table tennis club instead of yoga club because they think that
Right.
they can play.
Right.
But doing this would have also helped them. But that's okay.
Right. So we have to work a lot in this thing.
Yeah. Slowly that
Yeah.
awakening is happening because International Yoga Day is there. We do it. Our health is there. Like I am always fit. I do this, and my students seem tired by the end of the day. Then why are you tired? You are young. You should be. And then I do bus duty also. I go till Minato and then come back, and they leave me at Monse Nakachu. From there, I come to Chiba. I'm still very active, and I'm talking about on my fasting day. when I had
Yes,
42,
yes.
uh,
48
what-
hours.
yeah, 42 hours fast that I finished yesterday. I did both days bus duty. I did. So no,
Without water. ne?
without water also, yeah. So yeah, I'm just adding a little, like our body gets good, instead of getting sick, I'm like, let me try, let the autophagy really happen as much as I can do. Because exam time is going on now. It's a very hectic period. So this is one way of me doing it.
Right. Hi. Ganesh Sensei, you want to say something?
Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, Ashu Sensei and Shailesh Sensei. Thank you. It's very good to hear that your son has cured and you're cured your asthma and your wife's slip disc also recovered. So maybe just 2-3 examples of yoga exercise which helped you to cure asthma and your wife's slip disc. Maybe 1 or 2 demonstration example if you can advise
Yes,
now.
I have been very regular with Kapalbhati because lungs, no? So I can do like in one go, I can do around 800 to 1000 Kapalbhati every day. So
800 to 2000. Hapte
1000.
hapte kara nisen kai gurai.
Same.
Sen.
Yeah.
800 to 1000.
Yeah, in one stretch. So you can feel your lungs getting elevated. You feel that, your abs are feeling really energized. Actually, I cannot go a day without doing Kapalbhati since
Very nice.
my
Very
childhood.
nice.
So,
That is for Zen-soku.
yeah, at least that. Whenever I'm busy, at least, like I'm sitting in the bed also, I can do this, right? That is no problem. I don't need anything. I just need a chair. I need to sit somewhere and just do this. So at least that much. So my internal organs are activated. That's what I feel. And prana is activated. I think at least that much you should be doing if you don't have enough time. So that is one thing that I always do. Uh, Other than that, Surya Namaskar. I had taught my son also doing Surya Namaskar. Make sure, because some exercises, what happens, like when we do push-ups and pull-ups, you get sometimes cramps and next day you cannot do. If you do abs workout, 1 day, 2 days I do, and then I get severe pain. But I understood when I do Surya Namaskar on a daily basis, I have no problem. And my YouTube, my Facebook, I have a lot of Surya Namaskar videos also that is uploaded. If you want, I can do now and show it also. There is no problem. It,
Yes, okay, thank you. But one more advice about if you know or remember which poses helped your Bhabiji wife to cure the slip disc.
uh,
1 or 2 poses names also only enough.
Yeah. She basically does anything that is helping. So basically, lifting the leg up, raising it down, then basically uh, some basic steps with sitting on the chair and lifting the leg up and all. So basically, because that she has slip disc, she doesn't want to. Then trikonasana is one thing that she had told me, I remember. So she
I
do
see.
trikonasana because other than that she cannot do very heavy exercises, but this had helped. Even with vocal cords, as I told you, sarvangasana is very good. We don't realize sarvangasana could be that helpful for vocal cord, but that is one area too I thought I should share.
Very nice, very nice.
When you do Shirsasana, it is good for our head. So one thing is the whole blood flow goes to the head, and the Adipati, the main acupressure point, is actually getting charged there. So these are some things that I like to add.
Very nice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So much.
Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you. So conclusion is daily practice Kapalbhati and Surya Namaskar and Sarvangasana. These 3 things if you do daily and include from my side, include Anulom Vilom and Brahmari also. Kapalbhati, Anulom Vilom, Brahmari,
Yeah.
You can make it as a silver triangle. I call it silver triangle. So Kapalbhati and Ulom Vilom, Brahmari, and then Surya Namaskar and Sarvangasana. Do some Sukshma Vyayam also.
Yes.
So that will be complete package for your daily life routine. Include it. Before breakfast, do this package. 30 minutes. It will take total 30 minutes. So that I conclude it on Shailesh Sensei's behalf. sorry for concluding everything.
I'm not a yoga expert or anything. It's just that I've been following it for all my life. So whenever I got connected, whenever I saw yoga happening in Japan, I would try to jump and try to keep myself consistent. Whether it was Rajiv Ji's Kaivalya Yoga, and Ramji had intervened and he also taught. Then SSY has done some yoga sessions. I had been part of it. So wherever yoga is there, I was there. HSS was there. That is why I joined HSS also. And then then you came, and then I'm like, okay, let me be consistent with you at least.
Right. Daily yoga practitioner is the expert. So we don't need to go to any certification thing. Certification is important. That is good thing. But only certification is not good. But actual experience is very important, which we got to know from you today.
Yeah, because of my job, I moved out of yoga many a times. But then something happened in my life which brought me back contact. So now I don't want any problem. I want to remain in this.
Yoga doesn't want to leave you.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's very happy to see Shailesh Sensei's bicycling photo from certain point to certain point. Every day he uploads his fresh, energetic, smiling photo with the bicycle.
Right.
Thank you.
Very active.
That is basically inspiring everyone.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, earlier I used to post food photo, hotel photo, then I stopped. That is unhealthy, no? This is healthy, so I want to send the right message. Thank you.
なんか皆さん、これで一旦以上になります。So we will conclude it here. If you have any questions or any light talk, you can do it or you can leave also. はい。これで一旦終わりますね。
Thank you so much. Thank you for
はい。時間も過ぎてるので、so let's close it here. And you can stay here if you want. はい。これで、はい、以上になります。Thank you very much.
Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you, Shailesh Sensei. Thank you very much. Ganesh Sensei, thank you very much. आपने भी अपना पॉइंट रखा बहुत अच्छा लगा.
Yes.
और
जी.
arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you, BB-san. You are also very good yogi. We are seeing you very much active in this project. I believe you are going to complete 50 classes out of 75.
Maybe next year, invite BB-san to be a yoga teacher next our International Yoga Day.
Yeah, that is good idea actually. Let's do that. BB Sensei, please prepare for next year yoga class. So BB Sensei living in Japan or Taiwan?
Yeah, I live in Japan. So you had a guest speaker from Ibaraki, Tsukuba. So I also live in Tsukuba.
Tsukuba, okay. So you're a student there, Tsukuba Daigak?
No, I live here after living in Tokyo and Nagoya. And because of Corona, I decided to seriously do yoga. So it's a very bad thing, Corona, but I make something positive out of it. So, yeah, and it's so nice. So I decided to do more. Actually, I have one more question. I wonder, you mentioned all these pressure points.
Yes.
And I wonder, is there a way to do the wrong way? For example, the cupping. Cupping is similar to the acupuncture or acupressure. So is there some people do at home. So is there something we shouldn't do or some point we shouldn't push?
Obviously, it is generally not done at home. It is done under proper supervision. In acupuncture, there are many more therapies like that which are to be only done under supervision.
Okay.
Some wrong marma, if you do wrong thing, like piercing are not to be done in certain areas. So if you do that, it would be fatal also. So
Not good.
not the right thing to do it individually without proper knowledge. So never look at YouTube and start doing certain things like that. If you have, even in yoga, like we have the dhoti and all, if you don't know how to do it properly and you do something wrong, nasal cavity gets water and lungs will be filled with water. So it's not the right thing. So do it, whenever you do something, acupressure is fine, because you're just pressing. So there won't be
Pressing,
a problem. But when it goes to acupuncture, you talk about cupping, there are other things like that. Even magnetotherapy, you should not do it without proper supervision.
Okay.
That is my point. Ganeshji would be able to tell more about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a sensei, been certified, 1,200 hours of yoga. My God, sir.
16.
1600.
Oh, yeah. So that is hats off to you.
That is just qualification point to start. So my journey starts now.
Very good, sir. Very good. That's like you're in a very awesome journey. Yeah. If my son comes, I'll definitely want to bring him to you.
Even I want your son to visit various school, giving lecture and demonstration, and your whole family are inspiring. Your Shailesh ji. Yeah, very nice.
Thank you so much, sir.
And next time, Ashutosh Sensei, our team, we add Advaita also.
Ah,
Right,
My
right,
request.
right.
thank you, sir.
We are planning for a physical event in July. So everyone's still here. I wonder. Everyone is still here. We have closed our session.
Everyone's still waiting. Okay, thank you. And maybe see you again. But this week I'm busy with work, so I try my best to
Yes,
join.
yes.
Thank
sure.
you.
Thank you.
See you.
ビビさん、今のShailesh Senseiの答えも分かりましたね。訳さなくていいですね。
So it's better to go to the professional. Yes.
いや、プロフェッショナル、ツボ押しとか家では良いけど、ツボ押しとける程度なら、副作用はないから問題ないけど、もうちょっと専門的な針とか、またはカッピングとかするのは、専門家にやった方がいいです。ツボ押しとかマルマとかは、自分で家でやってても問題ない。
わかった。ありがとう。Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice
あり
weekend.
がとう。
Thank you.
Have a good Sunday. Bye bye. Thank you for your talk.
I see you in July. July we are going to do a physical event. I already started talking. So hopefully we'll get some positive thing that we all connect physically.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward for that. Ganesh Sensei no inspiration でやりましょう。やっちゃいましょう。
やりましょう。
Okay, chalo ji, so let's meet at 11 a.m. Next class will be at 11, Rita Sensei class, and learn about how to be happy with the power of yoga. Okay, chalo. Thank you, Shailesh Sensei, arigatou gozaimasu, Ganesh Sensei, arigatou gozaimasu.
Thank you so much.